You want to make your dream come true, you got to stay focused. Some people rather get even than get ahead. Stay focused on where you want to go. I just kept on doing what I was supposed to do. So you've got to be willing to stay focused, to be creative, to be relentless, because things are going to happen to you when you're working on your dream. When you got an idea you want to move on, you might not have the money, you might not have the education, you might not have the support or the resources you need. What is that something that can keep us going, that will enable us to act on our dream? What's one of those keys that will begin to help us to discover the secrets to our dream? That's all I want you to do when you look at your dream. Just say to yourself every day, it's possible. Just say that every day to yourself, it's possible. Because what does that do? See, it begins to change your belief system. See, the way in which we operate, ladies and gentlemen, it's a manifestation of what we believe, what's possible for us. Whatever you've done up to this point, all that it really is a duplication, it's a reproduction of what you believe subconsciously that you deserve and what's possible for your life. Most people operate out of their personal history, out of their memory, things they've done, things they've experienced, things they've seen.
Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning. It's Friday, y'all. It is day 15. Wow. Wow. Jocelyn, can you believe it? Good morning, Miss Cynthia. Can you believe it? Good morning. Lynette, can you believe it? It's day 15. This month will be gone like this. And Miss Joyce, Miss Jocelyn, your birthday is fast approaching. Your birthday is fast approaching. Good morning to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining me on this morning. Hey guys, Fridays, I want to answer questions. And so, man, Miss Jocelyn, we gotta lock in a day. Even Kim, we gotta lock in a day, and we can talk about some questions and throw out some challenges. Just something to think about. Here's the deal, guys. Here's what I want you to remember. You are responsible for creating the life you are currently experiencing or the life you're going to experience. If you don't like where you are, you can make some adjustments. Don't turn off. Make a commitment to turn on. Turn on your attention to details, okay? Turn on your attention to details. At some point in your life, you have to make up in your mind, there's a right way to do this. And if I'm not experiencing results that speaks to the right way, meaning this is great, this is working, even though it's challenging, you got to get to the point where you're not doing life in a way where it's frustrating. When you see people, Megs, okay, Maria, when you see people going from one frustration to the next frustration to the next frustration, they're not learning. The goal is to learn, to discover what is it that I need to do to win. The Bible says, whatever your hands find to do, do it with all your might. Okay, whatever your hands find to do it with all your might. So, Minister Simple, the goal is to win. Hello? Come on, somebody say that with confidence this morning. The goal is to win. So on day 15, here, we're focusing on how do I finish this month well? How do I finish this month well? It is the will of God for me to prosper in every area of my life. It is the will of God for me to bring it all together so he can be glorified. I'm not into side stories where people are wanting to feed an idea that goes against biblical principles. The truth is, here's the deal. The truth is, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Failing to understand something will cause you to deal with a level of hardship that is not the will of God. Let me say that again. Somebody's writing that down. Okay. Failing to understand something will cause you to deal with a number of hardships that is not the will of God. Now, here's the deal. The mistakes we have made in the past, we got to let it go. Come on. The mistakes you've made in the past, you got to let it go. At some point, you said, listen, either you're learning to let it go or you have learned how to master letting it go. Be it as it may, you got to let it go. You got to let it go. You've got to accept the fact that, listen, in the past, you've made some mistakes and you're not going to keep beating yourself up about those mistakes. Your past is yesterday. Your past is last week. Your past is last month. Your past is last year. Don't keep beating yourself up. The truth is, man, the future is an amazing place if you prepare properly for it. Let me say that again. The future is an amazing place when you prepare properly for it. 2025 is coming. 2030 is coming. 2035 is coming, fast approaching. 2040 is coming. Now, the question is, are you going to still be stressed out this Thanksgiving? Are you going to be still stressed out this Christmas? Are you going to be still stressed out in the new year? Okay? Oh, man. Come on, Miss Cynthia. That's it. Every day is an opportunity to begin again. But what you have to do is, knowing that yesterday's gone, you have to make a commitment to study yesterday, study last week, study last month, study this past summer, study the spring, study the new year, study the tax season, so you don't find yourself dealing with the same things over and over and over. Somebody said, Christmas time has always been hard for me. Why are you taking that as an acceptance? Why haven't you taken that as a student of time and you look at why has it been so hard for me? See, there are a lot of people, Miss Cynthia, there are a lot of people, Jocelyn, what they've done is they've thought about an idea that is actually a true idea to them at that particular time, but it doesn't have to remain true. In other words, yes, Christmas time could have been hard for you from you were a kid. Christmas time could have been hard for you from based on what had happened to you, what happened around you. Christmas time could be hard. Thanksgiving time could be hard. However, no matter what happened to you or what you was around over time that caused you to have this position about Thanksgiving or Christmas, you got to get to the point where you say, it's not what has happened to me, it's how I'm going to respond henceforth. It's the respond that's going to deliver me. It's the proper respond that's going to deliver me. The people who say things like this, I hate Mondays. Why hate Mondays when you're going to have so many of them? Why hate Mondays when you're going to have so many of them? I hate tax season. Why hate tax season when you're going to have so many of them? Oh, I hate the summertime. Why hate summertime when you're going to have so many of them? Why not study what you don't like about them and make some adjustments? Make some adjustment. So this morning we're continuing, we're closing off. I don't have any questions on hand right now. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to drop the questions in the chat. I will try my best to answer them. Miss Carol, I have made a commitment to become a student of life. I'm not going to go ahead and as a matter of fact, let me say something I don't fun saying. I really don't like saying this statement, but I hate having to hear people talk in a fixed mindset that they've locked in on an idea that's wrong, and it's their idea, but now they want to preach it like they want to make it a declaration like it's a universal truth. No. I'm just speaking for me, and I'm just saying there is a right way and a wrong way to do things. And if you are okay with keep on losing, keep on being stressed out, keep on going from issue to issue, that's fine. I'm going to make sure you're not in my inner circle. I just can't do life with people who are just locked in on losing. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it's always been. I can't win for losing. When it rains, it pours. I mean, I'm not fond of that. I believe that, listen, if I'm going to have another 3 years to live, another 5 years to live, why not become a student of life to discover how not to make this my continual reality? This can change. I'm not a rock. I don't have to stay stuck. Okay, this can change. This can change. Can I get about 10 of you to believe that and say that with me in the chat? This can change. You're going to need to engrave that in your spirit. This can change. This can change. And oftentimes, according to your faith, be it done unto you. According to your level of expectation, be it done unto you. You got to get you got to get a growth mindset. You have to be willing to evolve. You got to be willing to adjust, but you got to get it in your head. You got to get it in your spirit. This can change. This can change. And then after you've started declaring this can change, this will change. And then what you do is you start doing an assessment. You start doing an assessment, looking at what you have done up to this point. Here's what I know is to be true. Here's what I know to be true. I know this to be true. Someone is succeeding exactly where you're failing. Someone is succeeding where you're failing. Someone has discovered what you're struggling with. And they have mastered it. They're doing well. So here's the deal. My Bible tells me that God is not a respective person. God's not a respective person. So I don't have to live in this position. Ooh, come on. This can change. I don't have to live in this position. Yes, this is my plot in life today. Yes, this is my situation today. Yes, this is what I'm going through today. But this can change and this will change because I am going to do the work. You say, well, Coach, I've been trying for a long time to change this. Then get help. Get help. Someone is assigned to help you. Write this down. Write this down, guys. Here's I got some notes here I really want us to go over, okay? Self-awareness is fundamental to dealing with your triggers. Okay? Self-awareness is fundamental to dealing with your triggers. You need to know you. You need to go deep in you. You need to know why you don't ask for help. You need to know why you're so surface in addressing the elephant in the room, the skeleton in your closet, the unaddressed subject matters that, you know what? Why is pride so prevalent in your life? Is it a part of what you've just allowed to be passed down generationally? Because I'm not going to ask him for anything. I'm not going to ask her for anything, but it is hurting you. I just speak my mind and I say what it is, but you're saying something that is not right. You're saying something that is hurting you at the very core. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zip it and I'm not going to say anything. Well, the truth of the matter is you can zip it and still speak it in here. Your inner voice, your inner talk, what you got going on in here is still determining what is coming out and being a representation of who you are. What you say to yourself all day long, you become. Okay? What you say to yourself all day long, you become. So, you got self-awareness is fundamental in managing your triggers. If you're going to manage these triggers and if you're going to manage your stress level, you've got to become more aware of who you are, why you are the way you are, which is then listening to these sessions and letting them go deeper and deeper and deeper. Why am I discouraged? Why am I afraid? Why am I, at this stage in my life, why wouldn't I raise my hands and ask a question? Why wouldn't I sit at the feet of somebody who can be my child or grandchild and let them teach me what they have mastered? Is it pride? Is it, what is it? What is it? It's holding me back from being my best self. Okay? Listen, write this down. It is not the will of God for me to live a stressed out life. Okay? It is not the will of God for me to live a stressed out life. It feels great to be back home. Tomorrow in Red Oak, over here in this side of town, if you're in the Dallas area, they're having Founders Day. Effective Living is going to be out there in full effect. I would love for the community to show up. If you're not doing anything tomorrow and you're available, come and hang out. I've already got some people to confirm they're coming out to represent Effective Living. Come on. We're going to do this big in Red Oak. And so we have a tent secure, and we going strong. We're telling people, hey, man, Effective Living Ambassadors is in the place. And here's what we're going to do. We got a message to share. You don't have to live a frustrated life. You can create a life you don't need a vacation from. Coach, I don't like where I am. Then make some sacrifice. Stop buying coffee like the way you've been buying coffee. Stop buying fast food the way you've been buying fast food. Cut back on a few things. And then make a commitment to go ahead and get a coach. Make a commitment and go ahead and get somebody to walk you through the phases, okay? Walk you through the phases of breaking the cycle. Go get a therapist. Go get a financial planner. Come on, go get a health and fitness trainer, but get help. Because what you got to do is, I was talking to somebody yesterday, I admire, respect, and I'm looking forward to working with this person as a client. And they say, at this stage in my life, I can't afford to lose another year staying at the same place. So I'm going to make the sacrifice and I'm going to get help. And the person said, I need radical changes in my life. Woo! I feel that in my spirit. I have some radical changes I need to make, and I need to make expedient. I don't have another week, another month, another year to keep letting it go by, because what happens is the longer and the more you put it off, the more it's going to cost you your destiny. And those people who find themselves keep putting it off, never addressing what they need to address at the core, they end up living a life of regret. And let me tell you something, you could tell yourself a lie so much, so for so long, that you start to believe what you tell yourself. But when you get somebody who is skilled in helping you to get to where you're trying to go, and they could see greatness within you, let me tell you something, they could truly help you to break out of that rut and get you to your promised land. Someone is assigned to help you when you're destined for greatness, and you can't do it by yourself, which none of us really can. We all are going to need somebody. If you lean in on whoever God has assigned you to lean into and get the help from, I promise you it'll take you where you hadn't seen yourself going. But you got to lean in, and that means you're going to have to sometimes do what you weren't accustomed to doing, and that's why self-awareness is important. Why is it that I'm so afraid to ask for help? Why is it that I'm so afraid to change my behavior? Why is it that I'm fighting to hold on to the behaviors that I'm currently holding on that's not working for me? Okay? My question to people who don't want to buy the book, don't want to get a coach, don't want to go see a therapist, how's life working for you? Well, it's not working, coach. It's not working. Well, whose fault is that? It's my mama's fault. It's the government's fault. It's the color of my skin fault. It's my church's fault. It's my teacher's fault. It's everybody else's fault. At some point in our lives, we got to take responsibility. We got to take responsibility. My life is created by the decisions I make on a daily basis. If I want a better life, I need to make better decisions. If I don't know how to make better decisions, I need to get a life management coach. If I don't know how to make better financial decisions, I need to get a financial planner, person who is a strategic money manager in my life. If I don't know how to take care of my body, I have a good colleague, friend of mine. He's doing great things. Here's what he told me. He said, man, listen, I make good money, but I don't eat right. He said, I don't do right with my body. So I hired a professional trainer to get my meals prepared, tell me when to eat, what to eat, how to work out. He said, all of that part I delegated, and I allowed someone to be in my life to manage that entirely. He said, I pay good money on a monthly basis for someone to hold me accountable to taking care of me. This was an area, he said, I was neglecting. This was an area, come on, somebody. This was an area I needed help. And he allowed someone to come in to help him because he says this was an area I was not disciplined in. Let me close with this, guys. Watch it. If you haven't written this down, please write it down. Self-awareness is fundamental in managing your triggers, managing your deficiencies, addressing the issues that are in your life that's keeping you back from the place you belong. So self-awareness is fundamental in managing yourself, managing your stress, managing your triggers. Okay, so I'm going to close with this. Lynette, here's the deal. You got to look and ask yourself, what do you need to do when it comes to stress? 4 A's. I started to talk about these this week earlier. Go back and watch the videos and tell yourself, I really need to get this stress thing figured out. Okay, I really need to get this stress thing figured out. I don't want to live like this anymore. I don't want to live like this no more. You know, I'm so stressed out. If you're constantly saying that, you need to get to the core of it. Why is it that you're so stressed out? Why is it, man, Friday evenings, I'm always stressed out. You know, on Monday mornings, I'm always stressed out. On the weekends, I'm always stressed out. Oh, man, at the end of the month, I'm always stressed out. You need to look into that. You need to look into that. If you keep doing the same thing, you're going to keep getting the same result. Okay, so here's what will help you when it comes to your triggers. Here's what's going to help you manage stress. Number one, 4 A's. Write these down. And I got to finish this in 4.5 minutes. Okay, number one, avoid. What do I need to avoid? What do I need to avoid? Traffic stresses me out. How can I avoid traffic? Certain people stresses me out. How can I avoid certain people? The end of the month stresses me out. What do I need to do to get a better control at the end of the month? Okay? But helping my kids to get ready for school. You got literally, there are some things you can avoid. You know, preparing your clothes the night before can help you to not be so stressed out in the morning. Okay, just if you prepare your lunch the day before, prepare your clothes before, it can help you to not be so stressed out. When you are constantly admitting, okay, when you're constantly admitting that this is your reality and it's not good for you, the question I have for you is, why haven't you changed anything? Coach, because it's hard. Because it's hard. That's why I'm a big believer, Miss Cynthia, Miss Phyllis. I'm a big believer that when someone is assigned to help you and you can't get yourself out of the rut, you need an accountability partner, the person who is called to help you, to push you outside of your comfort zone. But self-acceptance is important for where you have to believe what the person is saying, that is going to help you to get to where you are trying to go, and then you have to trust the process. Okay, you have to trust them. A lot of people aren't willing to trust the voice that's been called to deliver them. A lot of people got trust issues. So you hear the truth, but you're not willing to embrace the truth. So number one, guys, you can't get to your place of promise and deal better with managing stress and these triggers that put you in a bad place if you don't learn how to avoid certain people. You need to avoid certain places. You need to avoid certain situations. You need to avoid. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. This is Friday. Somebody need to be generous and buy me lunch today because I'm helping somebody and I'm doing it for free sometimes. Okay, and so avoid. Number one, what do I need to avoid? Coach, I need to look at my week. I need to look at my month. I need to look at the last 30 days and ask myself, what do I need to make sure I'm not continuing to do? Because this don't make no sense. Okay. Number one is avoid. Number two is alter. 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 Adjust. Okay. Alter. Look at what do I need to alter? What do I need to alter? What is it? You know, I bench watch every time, the same time, but is that working for you? Alter your behavior, alter your view, you need to look in at you and make the appropriate adjustment. Okay? Make the appropriate adjustment. Next one is adapt. Adopt a better behavior because the previous behaviors that you have being incorporated in your life, it's not working for you. I like Brady Robinson envelope concept where Brady talks about, listen, put some money aside for holidays, put some money inside for emergency fund, put the money aside for the rent, put some money aside for the car note, put some money aside for medical care. And she got this envelope system. So whenever life happens in any of those envelope systems, she pulls the envelope and she adopted a model that is workable for her. You can't keep doing the same thing, ladies and gentlemen. Adapt. Look at, okay, if I was to bring home, if I was to bring home all that is necessary to make coffee, I don't have to buy coffee on the road. Okay, if I were to make a commitment to schedule my week, I can adopt and adjust things and make sure that I have my bench watching time. You want to watch TV, then that's fine, but make sure you're managing that process. Okay, if I were to put my workout clothes or workout shoes in the car, right when I get off, on my way home, I can stop at a park and I can walk about 4 or 5 times and get that workout in. I like Coach Deborah's process. I've been looking at this stuff, man. Somebody is saying something that's going to work for you. You just got to be willing to work it as well. Okay? Adapt. Okay? Adapt what you've been doing to get the result that you're desiring. Okay, is that good stuff? So Coach Deborah says, hey, I go to a restaurant and I make a commitment. Here's the deal. I'm not going to eat what they give me. I'm going to ask for them to cut it in half. So even before they bring it to her table, or when they bring it to her table, she said, bring me a to-go plate the same time. And she cuts a meal in half and take half with her and then eat half at the table. That's called management. That's called adjusting your behavior to give you a kind of result that you want over time. Somebody said, man, that's a lot of work, Coach. That's a lot of work. Hey, if you're going to have an amazing life, please know it's going to take work. The Bible says a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hand, poverty will come upon you. You're not going to live life effectively if you're lazy. You're not going to live life effectively if you're lazy. It takes some work to live life effectively. It takes some diligence. See a man diligent in his business, he'll stand before kings. So ask yourself, listen, what do I need to avoid? What do I need to alter? What do I need to adapt? And the last one is, what do I need to accept? What do I need to accept? Well, I just don't work well with people like that. At the very core, it just grieves my spirit, just disrupts something in me. I can't. This neighborhood doesn't work for my peace. I don't like how people do business around here. I can't eat in a restaurant like this. And sometimes if you're forced to, you do what you have to do. But I believe effective living at its best is optional living, meaning you get the option to choose over time. You may have to do it for now, but over time you can make some adjustments to get yourself out of there because you realize it's not good for you. So accept it. Okay, I'm not going to do life like this. I'm not going to do life here. I can't live with this paycheck the way it is. I can't do another 5 years with just this limited pay. So what I have to accept, I'm going to need to make some more money. I'm going to have to change my diet. I'm going to have to change my circle. Okay. I was talking to my wife the other day. I said, man, I need more people in my life who are in shock of a little upgrade, man. I need some more people. Accept the fact that your circle needs to be upgraded sometimes. Sometimes the people in your life are the ones that's keeping you stuck. Come on. Accept the television programs you've been watching has not been helping you. The books you've been listening to. Accept the fact that you're in the class but not learning from the class because you have not accepted the principle. You're not accepting it. You say, well, I like what is being said, but do you like what is being said enough to apply? Accept the fact that you're a procrastinator, and that's the elephant in the room for you. Accept the fact that you've been lazy. You watch this. You are more impressed with truth than the ability to apply the truth you've become aware of, so that you can have the life that reflects the truth you've discovered. Listen, guys, just work. This work. I love and appreciate you all. And I want this platform to grow up. I would love to have 100 people watching me every morning and participating in these processes for growth and development. I want to help as many people as possible. So I have a goal. By the end of the year, I would love to be 100 strong in my early morning sessions. 100 strong, 100 strong. I believe it can happen. I believe it can happen. We're all reorganizing the platform to provide services that will connect with people who feel as though Ricardo is the person who's been called to help me in this season. Ricardo is the person who's been called to help me in the season. And I just want you to get to the very core. I want to see you at your best self. One of the things about me is I like seeing people win. I like seeing people do well. I like seeing people take responsibility for their life. Okay, I hate seeing people run away from the truth. I hate seeing people blame others for where they are. I hate seeing people not being willing to do the hard work. I hate seeing people not sacrificially engaging in what is necessary for them to get to where they're trying to go. Everybody wants to go to the next level. Very few people are willing to do the work to get to that next level. I'm Coach Ricardo Miller. Next week, we're going to have somebody to ask me some questions, and we're going to dive into them, because I believe I'm assigned to help. And I believe I'm helping now, and I want to help a whole lot more people. So our Fridays are going to be questions coming from you guys. If you're interested in participating with that, please let me know. Also, I told you guys, Ms. Carol Crockett just released an incredible book. If you haven't gotten that book, please go get her book. I'm looking forward to doing a conversation with Ms. Carol. We're going to talk about her book, and we're going to talk about how important it is for you to watch your words on your journey to living life effectively. Have a great day, guys. God bless you. See you on Monday. And for those of you who are desiring to join us in Red Oak tomorrow, we'll be at the park from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. From 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We'll be wearing the black Effective Living shirt. If you don't have one, I will get one to you. Today is the shirt to get shirts out, because we're going to take over the park. Effective Living Strong. Thank you for being a part of the community. Love and appreciate you all. You guys are amazing. God bless you. Bye-bye.